Welcome to the stream. Didn't expect a German food title, but I guess she is from Mondstadt, so it makes sense. The Wisdom's last conclusion? Yes. Life is not German. Good to have cost-effective food on your birthday, Mona. Also, no need to clean up. Today on Genshin Impact. Bubbles. No. We are playing this version's big event. Thelxie's Fantastic Adventures. I am absolutely not informed what this will be about. So I'm very looking forward to what this could be. One day, you received a commission from the Fontaine Fishing Association. In accordance with the commission requirement, you and Paimon go to Arinias to investigate. The curtain rises on a wondrous new adventure. Fishing for robot penguins. Have I ever fished on stream? Surely not often. Maybe right after it was released. Wonder if we're gonna do any fishing today. I should have navigated. Water Imps Conjecture. Word arrived from the Fishing Association that they seem to have encountered some kind of problem. Is it a lack of fish? That's decently close by. We can walk. I say, not knowing how to leave this city in this direction. Probably this way. Maybe? I'll see you in an hour when we have left this city. Map. Can we leave on this level? That is an important question. I think I'm just gonna cheat. Never mind. We're gonna walk from here. Because I know there's an exit here.
The doctor will see.
Doctor will see. What will he see? Nobody knows. And yes, Purina has a cake wheel. That is a very important part of her character. Guess I can go to the roof over there. I've never been in this courtyard, I notice. You can tell by the fact that there is an Oculus here. Don't mind if I do. There's all kinds of stuff over here. I need to mark this, just so I know. For the future. But I have not been here yet. Been here, I've done this puzzle, but just never went up this mountain, I guess. So, what might be your problem, Miss De La Roche?
That can't be right. Oh, but what if they're real after all? No, that can't be. But what if there's a chance?
Nah, probably fake.
Greetings, miss. Is there something that's bothering you?
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm Della Roche, the representative of the Fontaine Fishing Association. How can I help you?
We received a commission request.
Oh, so you're adventurers. Oh, finally. Someone has heard my prayers.
We are not gods. We are just adventurers.
Paimon could tell you were really bothered by something. Don't worry, you've got 2 super experienced adventurers right here. We'll take care of anything and everything for you as long as you pay us a little bit of mora.
Oh, you are exactly the helpers I need. See, the problem is that the fish around a fishing spot at Araneus have just all up and vanished recently.
Hey, I guessed that.
They disappeared too quickly for it to have been the work of human anglers. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I had planned to go and investigate the area right away.
But
Right, but unfortunately, as the representative of the Fishing Association, there are a few other errands that I absolutely have to run. So,
maybe the fish became humans. It wouldn't be the first time.
So, you'd like us to investigate the spot for you?
exactly, you're right on the Mora. So I thought I could delegate this work to you. Are you two some kind of prophets, knowing exactly what I was going to say like that? Or maybe like the oracles you read about in fairy tales?
No, we already told you that we are just adventurers. I told you that. Lee did not tell you that.
Yeah, we're just really experienced in this kind of thing, that's all.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'll get a good night's sleep knowing the two of you are on the case.
But don't we just need to investigate the missing fish? It really doesn't sound too difficult.
Maybe something just ate them.
No, you mustn't let your guard down. As the representative of the Fishing Association, I have good reason to believe that the fish have gone missing due to an encounter with the water imps.
The water imps?
Yes, you're both Outlanders, right? Our local fairy tales often speak of a terrifying underwater creature called Thelxie.
That's in the title.
The story our parents would tell us was always the same. If we went to the water alone, then we'd be snatched away and eaten by a water imp called Thelxie.
A child-eating water imp? Did they tell you what it looked like?
Like a water imp.
My father would always describe it as a beautiful, multicolored snake woman, while my mother said it had a handsome face. It's really strange, though, because you'd also hear other people describe it as just a chubby penguin with a deceptive appearance.
Starting to sound like a Thelxie.
Even though the tales vary regarding its appearance, everyone agrees that it's really dangerous. It lives in an underwater cave surrounded by pallid bones and uses its sensitive nose to track down lonely children who've lost their way. And once it finds a child, it uses its alluring singing voice to lure them into the water before swallowing them all. Pretty terrifying, isn't it?
Singing? So a whale then.
Sounds kinda scary. But isn't that pretty normal for a fairy tale? After all, those kinds of stories are usually made up to help keep children away from danger.
But what if the fairy tale was inspired by a real-life tale? Just like how a water vein always has a source.
Do you have any concrete evidence? At all?
Well, I wouldn't call it evidence per se, but I've heard some rumors lately. They say that someone recently saw a child walk into the water as if he was possessed by something. Doesn't that sound just like he was responding to the call of a water imp?
No, that just sounds like a child.
So you mean someone really got eaten by a water imp?
It's all hearsay, so it's hard to confirm. But still, they all say this happened on Araneus. That's no laughing matter if you ask me. Both the Opera House and the Fountain of Lucine were built there, and the sources of many water veins can be traced to the island as well. Combine that with the mysterious mist, the huge tree with expansive underground roots, and the rumor that the fish apps on the island can understand human language.
Things are becoming more complicated.
Is it really so shocking that an island so shrouded in mystery could harbor a terrifying water imp as well?
Why does Paimon feel like you're pulling our leg? You're just piling on the rumors now. Still, if someone's really been hurt, then we can't just ignore the situation, right, Traveler?
We'll go check it out.
Oh, marvelous. Then I'll just mark the stretch of water on your map. Don't forget that no matter what, safety always comes first.
Water Imp's conjecture. I said it right this time. Where do you want me to go? This away. Funny enough, I did a video recording of me exploring this new area of Fontaine. And not this part yet. So I know where we are going, but you do not yet.
Is this the stretch of water Delaroche was talking about? It looks really peaceful. Huh? Look, there are some footprints over there.
Footprints in the water? Sure is. Those wouldn't last long. The footprints extend all the way into the water.
These look pretty fresh. Did the water imp get someone again? Let's look around and see if we can find anything else.
I found a robot.
Wait, did you hear something just now?
Something bubbled. Gurgling noises can be heard coming from the water. The noises grow louder and louder. That's a sign of quicksand, isn't it? Until something emerges with a loud splash. Oh.
What is that? Don't come any closer!
Paimon? Traveler?
Oh no, it's the water imp.
I'm sorry. I forgot I was still wearing this.
Why? How? How would you forget? Femine removes his diving helmet.
Paimon, are you okay?
Paimon nearly mistook you for a water imp. Thank goodness it was just you wearing your helmet.
Huh? A water imp?
We are investigating a water imp called Thelxie.
Thelxie, you say? How surprising.
Huh? You know that name too? Or do you know someone else who's trying to investigate the water imp?
No, I think our situations are probably unrelated.
Then could you tell us about what's going on with you?
Sure, if that's in order.
Sure.
I know the name because of one of my employers. She noticed the clockwork penguins I brought to the workshop and contacted me through the shop's owner. She has commissioned me to make a special toy. Following her request, I've named the toy Thelxie.
Huh? But isn't it a little creepy to name a toy after a water imp? Wait, hold on! Femina, you never take commissions from other people!
Yeah, but, she made a special request, but out of respect for her privacy, I can't really talk about it. It's alright though. She'll be coming over to check on my progress shortly, and I'll just tell her that you're two of my trustworthy companions. Hearing that, she might be willing to share some information, and you'll be able to continue with your investigation.
Huh. Even though you seem a little cold and reserved sometimes, you're still really considerate. Our target isn't necessarily the water imp, though. We're primarily here to investigate the disappearance of the fish.
I wouldn't call him cold and reserved. I would just call him very sleepy.
The fish?
Firmly nods slightly and seems lost in thought after you tell him about the commission from the Fishing Association. Suddenly, his breath catches in his throat.
Ah, I think I may have connected the dots. These past few weeks, I've been taking Thelxie for underwater testing every day. The pressure testing makes a lot of noise.
I guess that's the singing part.
So, all that about the disappearing fish? Well, it was probably because of me.
So you are the water imp, is what you're saying.
So that's how it was? That actually makes a lot of sense. Wait, so could that mean the child we heard about who walked into the water was also...
Just Fermine preparing for another day of work.
Yes, I think that's quite likely as well.
Whew. So in the end, it was just Fremine. Paimon spent all this time imagining what a water imp from the fairy tales might look like, and it all turns out to be just a hoax.
Well, this is once again gonna be a very short video, because clearly we're done with this quest now. All is solved.
I'm sorry. It sounds like I've created a lot of trouble for everyone else as well. I'll try to finish this commission as soon as possible. Once I'm done, the fish should come back.
Don't worry about it. It was just a misunderstanding.
Thank you.
Actually, how much work do you still have left, Fremine? Maybe we could lend you a hand.
Thanks for offering. But I can't trouble you any more than I already have.
No problem. We'll just get the money then.
No trouble at all. Didn't you just call us your trustworthy companions? Companions are all about helping each other, you know?
But don't you need to report back to your commissioner?
Yes.
Nope, that's not how it works. See, Paimon's got these commissioner types all figured out, even though we were just tasked with finding out why the fish had gone missing. If we tell them now that it was all just a misunderstanding, you can bet they'd just immediately hand us another commission to help them get the fish back.
Yeah, we're just really experienced in this kind of thing, that's all.
Exactly! So if we can help you finish up your work and get the fish back, that would save us an extra trip!
Is that what you'd like to do as well?
Yeah, I think Paimon is right.
Huh. Alright, I'll trust your judgment. Please follow me. I've made a makeshift camp over there.
Yeah, game and its meta humor. And our characters very much learning about how this world works. Also, once again, an insect is bothering me. How long into the winter
I've
will these be
stored
around?
Thelxie in the tent. He can respond to some simple verbal commands. You can try calling his name and see if he'll come over.
Whoa, sounds pretty advanced. Let Paimon give it a try. Hey, Thelxie, are you there?
Thelxie is doing something. You're talking in Morse code. I'm too lazy to... Am I too lazy to translate? Morse code. Oh, some new thing with the update on OBS is that now it doesn't freeze frame Genshin anymore if I go out of it. So it just turns black. Morse code translator. Line dot dot. Line dot dot dot. Dot line line. line dot 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 dot. DBWB. I don't think I don't think you make sense.
So that's Fremone's version of Thelxie. It's also penguin-shaped, just like Pear.
Yep. Had Thelxie lived in Penguin Town, he'd probably have become great friends with Pear.
Where's Penguin Town?
It's not really anywhere famous or important. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Thelxie. Nice to meet you. Do you know how to say hello?
That's the same thing it said earlier. Which means nothing, as far as I'm concerned. So, can Thelxie talk? Unless it's not English, unless they did not translate the Morse, and it only makes sense in a different language.
I wanted to install a language output module, but due to time constraints, I had to give up on the idea.
Because I remember that being a problem when we last encountered Morse in Toho Lost World.
As it stands, Thelxie can only output messages that were pre-written into its motherboard. I haven't given him the ability to convert those messages into discernible words, so he can't really talk to us just yet.
No need to get so technical. So basically, you want us to help you complete and install this language module, right?
No, there's no need. That wasn't one of my employer's requests. It was just something I wanted to try. I have two other things I'd like your help with. The first is to do some integration testing on Thelxie's motherboard, to make sure he will be able to function properly in most situations.
That doesn't sound too hard. And what's the other thing?
Oh no, Paimon is also slowing down.
The other shouldn't take too long either. You'll need to find Thelxie some colorful shells and coral, so I can craft a weapon for him.
Not the flower in the center of the picture, but the other things around it, possibly.
A weapon? Will Thelxie have to fight?
Mm-hmm. Thelxie will need to be able to charge forward with a weapon in hand, like that brave prince of legend. It's a part of my employer's request.
What an imaginative employer! Naming Thelxie after a water imp, but wanting him to look like a prince?
Well, regardless of his role or species, Thelxie's purpose is the same. Just like Pear, he has come to this world to serve as somebody's companion.
Let's try this again. One last time. Line dot 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 line line. If it doesn't make sense again, I'll just not try anymore. Yeah, it's just gibberish, so I don't think it means anything. Unless my translator has an option for changing language, but I don't think it does. Okay, let's just give up on trying to translate this penguin.
Whoa, Thelxie just said something again! Could he understand what we were just talking about?
You think you have an idea what's with that thing? Yeah, sure, try things up. Try things.
He can react to certain key words, but unfortunately, due to the lack of a translation module, he still can't quite communicate with us.
That's a pity. But anyway, the most important thing right now is for us to get to work. Maybe let's start by doing some testing on the motherboard. That sounds like something we can do here in the camp.
Sounds good. The motherboard is on my workbench, so please follow me. Ah, here we go. I have this testing manual, so feel free to reference it if you get stuck.
This looks like a minigame table.
Want to give it a try? It's okay if you don't succeed immediately. I've got a lot of backup boards just in case.
I'll give it a try.
Okay. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out.
I tend to. Debug motherboard or terminate.
Please give the testing a try. The motherboard's on the table there.
I don't think that's how motherboard, but sure. Yeah, it's a minigame. Left click and drag to assemble the circuit. I did it wrong, didn't I? Oh, I can delete... I can pick up the ones that are lying around to give me more line. Debugging successful. Current length of assembled circuit 8. Second word was company. Just shifted one letter forward. C becomes D and so on. Also, hey. Perfect cherry blossoms, but not Toho ones. PCBs, but not Toho ones. Ah, so it was not just... what you're saying is it was not just a Morse code, but also a cipher. Printed circuit board, yes. Seems to be close. Seems to be a dose of medicine left behind by someone. There's a label on the bottom of the container with the word Destroy written on it. Thelxie development log 1. They shifted and then morsed. Evil. Attempted to install a language output model for Thelxie. The output signal will use a similar cipher to the one used by the House of the Half. The benefits are twofold. Not only does the warehouse at the House of the Half already have many spare old motherboards, this approach will also make the language model compatible with the diving helmet's transcription model, allowing for quick and easy transcription and testing. As for the offset of the cipher, it will be just set to 1 for convenience. Well, thanks for figuring it out before the game spelled it out. I've hit a snag. I had planned to apply for a transcription module to use for Thelxie, and it would have been the same one as the one used in the diving helmet, but the warehouse is out of stock. Seems like I'll have to make one from scratch using the one I have as a reference. I'll start looking into it, but it's unclear if I'll have enough time.
You're doing well. Just as I expected.
We've taken on a lot of similar tasks before, you know.
Then let's move on to the underwater part. It's just as I mentioned earlier. We're after colorful shells and coral. Oh, speaking of which, you're both already pretty used to Fontaine's underwater environment,
We're
right?
pretty much experts, yes.
Okay, that's good. Just let me know if you ever feel uncomfortable. I'll make sure to stay right by your side.
Go to the body of water, Vermine mentioned. I wonder if we'll breach over into the area that I have not explored off screen. Meanwhile, let's appreciate the beautiful underwater scenery.
It should be right over there. We'll be able to find something that'll help us with our search.
It's a big shell.
This is it. We call this thing an echoing conch. It can detect special reflection waves in the water to help us with all kinds of underwater exploration and excavation efforts. Here, try it. Did you notice any interesting places? The echoing conch should have detected some just now. Let's go check them out.
Full fathom 5 Thelxie lies, of his bones are coral made. I see.
Alright, these should be enough. Let's head back to camp. Thank you for staying out here with me all this time.
You almost reached the line of the map. Almost is not actually happening. Sorry, I bumped you there. No. Friends, let's go over there. Who likes diving anyways? Oh, our fishing association lady is back. See, you found your way.
Ah, Fremine, you're back. I thought you might have been out diving.
Is it her? I guess it isn't her.
I'm sorry, Madame Destray. I must have kept you waiting. I can report, though, that the construction of Thelxie is going quite smoothly.
I guess this is the one that gave him gave him this job. Cause yeah, fishing lady was not a two-part name.
There's no rush. I'm your employer, not your supervisor. And these two are...
Oh, they're two of my trustworthy companions. They're here to help me work on Thelxie.
Yes, I see. I suppose it's only natural for someone responsible like you to have some reliable friends.
It's really nice to meet you, Madam Distray. Are you Femine's employer? Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Paimon is in fact Paimon.
Greetings, my new friends. Just call me Zuria. You are both so adorable. The sight of you reminds me of little fairies under a cottage roof.
Well, Paimon is a fairy, I guess, in a way.
Oh, do you really think so?
Do I look like a fairy too?
Of course. If my child had friends like you, then perhaps he wouldn't have become so obsessed with the tales of water imps. And I wouldn't have had to trouble Fremine here with this commission.
Obsessed with the tales of water imps?
Ah, so you don't know anything about my request yet? I would have thought Fremine had explained it to you already.
Well, Fremine told us that it was a private matter, so he didn't want to just share it willy-nilly.
I see. So Monsieur Fremine is even more discreet than I had thought. As you are assisting him with the project, I believe it'll be beneficial for you to learn more about its vision and history. But it would be quite impolite of me to simply pile all of my troubles on you without your permission. So, would you like to listen to my story?
I do not think I have a choice.
Sure, you can tell us anything. You've already said nice things about us, so we'll try our best to help you get through your troubles.
Ah, what a lovely little fairy. Then let me think of a way to put my situation into words. I'm sure you're already familiar with the tale of the water imps, right? Simply put, parents came up with a story, painting water imps as scary abductors in an effort to convince their children to stay away from the water. My child is rather special, however. While most other children are terrified of Thelxie, he's infatuated with him.
Infatuated? With a water imp? What a brave soul.
Yes, he told me that he thought the water imp might have just been misunderstood. In his mind, instead of singing to abduct children, the water imp actually sang out of a longing for companionship. As a result, he often goes near the water in secret.
Huh. So he wanted to become friends with the water imp so it wouldn't be lonely any longer? What a unique way of thinking.
Thank you, little Paimon. He indeed has always stood out from the crowd. He was actually diagnosed with loneliness syndrome when he was only 8 years old.
Loneliness syndrome.
It's a type of mental disorder. Those affected by it often feel extremely lonely and lose interest in many mundane activities. The syndrome is probably what made him so determined to become friends with the water imp.
Oh no. Is it a very serious disorder?
It's a very lonely disorder.
If you were to become afflicted with the disorder, Paimon, you would only be able to say less than a fraction of the words you're saying to the Traveler now.
No! Paimon won't accept that! We would have to find a doctor to help cure Paimon. Paimon has a 2,000-word quota for daily conversations with the Traveler, and she won't settle for a single word less!
I noticed.
The family doctor has already begun to treat my son, but since the disorder is rare, there aren't many good regimens for treatment. He's also developed some new symptoms lately, such as uncontrollable delusions.
Huh? Uncontrollable what now?
Uncontrollable delusions. To put it simply, he can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality, and spends all his time in his fantasy world.
With the water imps. Hello, person in chat.
Then what is he seeing in his fantasy world?
It's a dream that he often mentioned to me when he was younger. I've compiled what I could understand of his recent rambling. It goes a bit like this.
Once upon a time, there was a splendid and magnificent underwater kingdom of water imps on the Salacia plain. 500 feet beneath the surface. Countless lovely water imps lived in houses made of rainbow shells and corals, tending to sea animals during the day and singing between fields of golden titulga during the night. Everyone led a careful and blessed life until the day of the iridescent parade, the important festival during which the new king would be crowned. Before the festival, all water imps would select the most precious pearl they owned, wrap it in golden branches and leaves, and offer it to their most beloved prince. And during the day of the parade, the prince would cross a rainbow bridge made from all the offered shells, and accept the crown from his father amid the applause of his subjects. Finally, the new king would bless everyone with his well wishes. And as for the prince's name, it's none other than Thelxie.
Amazing! Your son came up with all of this? He really crafted a lovely fairy tale world for Thelxie. It's like a beautiful dream.
But perhaps no beautiful dream can ever last long. You see, the story ended with a twist.
The day of the iridescent parade came as expected, but countless monsters also arrived alongside the prince. The monsters were evil and cruel, and they struck fear into all the water imps' hearts. The water imps, adept at singing as they were, could not defend themselves against the monsters, so the kingdom fell. The king was killed, and the water imps were locked behind bars. The rainbow bridge lost its color and crumbled away. The prince was barely able to escape with the help of a mysterious masked individual, but he had already lost everything and could only spend his days singing mournful songs. And just as the prince sang out of loneliness, so could his song only be heard by similarly lonely children.
How could the story end like this? Is that kind of fantasizing what caused your son to develop his loneliness syndrome?
Rainbow bridges falling down, falling down, falling down, my fair lady. Why are all people falling lately?
Well, it'd be more accurate to say that it was the syndrome that caused such terrible delusions to manifest. But in any case, the biggest problem is the patient eventually loses themselves to the fantasy world of their own creation.
What do you mean?
My poor child can no longer differentiate between imagination and reality. He's begun to see himself as Thelxie.
Perhaps in his mind, the loneliness he felt became the same as that of a prince who lost everything he ever loved or stood for.
What? So that's what you meant by uncontrollable delusions. Then we have to help him snap out of it.
Alas, most of the time he acts as if he can no longer sense or interact with the real world at all. I've had several discussions with the doctor, and we think it is best to try to guide his fantasy.
What do you mean?
He once wanted to make a picture book of his imaginary world, but since the disorder progressed too quickly, he never quite got past the first page of the book. If we could use this book as a breakthrough for his condition... Here, you can take a look.
Ah, so Zuria's son also saw Thelxie as a penguin. Oh, he looks so sad.
What we should do now is help him complete this picture book. However, we'll lead the story to a different ending. One where the Water Imp Prince is eventually able to restore his kingdom with the help of his friends.
And so we are giving him a penguin companion.
We'll need to chase away his loneliness and sorrow, and let him perceive a world full of hope again. That's what I mean by guiding his fantasy.
But if we just need to finish the picture book, why does Fremine need to make a Thelxie as well?
Because we need to treat the book's story seriously, as if it's a history of things that have really happened. We'll need to go on a journey like Thelxie, and help him regain his crown and country. My child can no longer go on a journey of his own. This is why I commissioned Fremine here to craft a Thelxie, and then I'll paint the journey with this Thelxie into the picture book.
Thelxie will become the Terminator.
Ah, like a stand-in for your son! Paimon's starting to get it now. Oh, you really put a lot of thought into this, Zuria. Paimon still has one question, though. Where will we be able to find a Water Imp Kingdom?
There are some ruins on the seabed of the Celeste Plains. I've already asked Fremine to research them for me. We'll be able to use one of the ruins as the kingdom.
Oh, so we'll just need to act out a performance of, a brave journey through the Kingdom of Water Imps. As long as we chase away the monsters in the ruins, it'll count as chasing away the monsters in the Water Imp Kingdom, right?
Sadly, no. We won't just be putting on a performance. It's just as Zuria said. We need to take this seriously. And the only way we can take this seriously is if we choose to believe everything that's happening is real.
Ah, so we are all gonna forget reality.
So we'll be playing it straight, or, making it a fully immersive experience? Oh, neither of those really sound right. Well, either way, we'll still be able to help, right?
I'll try my best.
It's all right. There's no need to get that serious. It's not a big deal. I believe in my son. We can just see this as him wanting to stay asleep for a bit longer, because he's so enamored with his dream.
Zuria.
Keep your spirits up, everyone. If we were to look troubled, my son is sure to become anxious as well. I should be heading back right about now to check on my son. We temporarily moved to a place on the hill over there, so my son will have a better spot to convalesce. It's not far from the water, and there's also a great view. Feel free to come find me if anything urgent comes up.
That is a nice house. I commented on how nice that house is in the video you have not seen yet.
Understood. There's also one last thing. Since these two friends were able to help me out, I've made some more progress on Thelxie. I estimate that he should be ready sometime tomorrow.
That's great news. I must thank you all. With that in mind, how about we meet here in 2 days' time to head to the Kingdom of Water Imps?
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. Let's meet again in another 2 days.
Zuria sure is a brave and optimistic lady. Fremine, do you think her plan will work out?
Let's discuss that over by the tent. There were a few things that I didn't bring up because the Madame was here.
I've already spent more time than planned on the transcription module. The work on Thelxie's main body will be affected if I keep at this. I'll have to put it on hold. Although the diving helmet can still be used to decipher Thelxie's output signal, it will probably be unintelligible to everyone else. What a pity. I'm sorry for not being able to give you a voice, Thelxie.
What is it, Fremine? What did you want to say?
If you don't mind me asking, I would like the two of you to mentally prepare yourselves.
Mentally prepare ourselves? For what?
This is the first time that you've met anyone with the syndrome, right? I know you two are both really strong and will do everything you can to help the child. But with the syndrome being the way it is, if things don't quite turn out as we wish, I hope you'll be able to accept the outcome and not put too much blame on yourselves.
Fremine, why do you bring this up all of a sudden? Didn't we just promise Zuria that we'll be optimistic about everything working out?
It's not that I'm not optimistic. It's just...
You know this illness really well?
Ah, so that's why you looked like you knew exactly what she was talking about. Wait, Fremine, don't tell Paimon that you also...
No, no. Please don't misunderstand. I've never had it. I've just seen many cases of it at the House of the Hearth, back when we lived under the previous director. They say there are many factors surrounding the development of this illness. I've heard everything from hereditary factors and one's state of mind, to environmental factors, and even ley line disorder effects. Some even say it could be caused by contamination from god remains. And from the cases I've seen, there weren't many positive outcomes. In the worst cases, the patient could even pass away.
You die in your fantasy, you die in real life.
What? It could get that serious? And here Paimon thought they'd just stop talking as much.
Yeah, that's just the nature of it. So if you'll find it difficult to cope with the worst case scenario, I would prefer that you back out right now. I don't want you to help only to feel like you failed.
Don't worry, I've seen all kinds of strange and difficult things in life.
Yeah, that's right. Paimon's seen all of those things too. No matter how hard it might get, we won't be scared.
Really? Then in that case, let's see this real-life fantasy adventure together to the end.
Yeah! But Paimon has a question. If this illness can really be as bad as you've described, then do you really think Zuria's method will be able to help? After all, we'll just be using a toy as Thelxie and some ruins as the Kingdom of Water Imps. The whole adventure will only be turned into a picture book for her son to read.
Well, I think it should be able to do something. To harbor a fantasy means that the child wants to save himself somehow. The only reason he's allowed his dream kingdom to fall is because he's lost control of his heart. But if we can help him regain control and escape from the darkness, we'll be able to change his world. Like helping someone who's lost their voice be able to speak again.
Oh, Paimon sees what you're saying now. Huh. How do you understand all of this so well, Fremine?
He said it. Experience.
Well, maybe because I've also had many of my own dreams in the past. I even had my own fairy tale world, much like that boy's. I was able to draw a lot of support from it, so I believe in the power of fantasy worlds.
So the penguin town you mentioned was...
So you remembered.
What Penguin Town? Why doesn't Paimon remember? Is that also a fairy tale world? Don't leave Paimon in the dark!
Paimon, you commented on it. Suddenly, Fermine pulls out a diving helmet and pulls it on his head.
Hey, why did you put that on?
He feels safer with it on.
It's just one of my personal quirks. Please pay it no mind. Anyway, Penguin Town is a peaceful place with lots of penguin residents. They're all really good at making clockwork toys. And Pear is the town's triumphant hero, as well as the one who quietly protects the whole place.
Pear? But didn't you make Pear yourself?
Well, I often think that Pear only came to me because he realized how much I needed him. So it's not so much that I made Pear, as Pear chose me as his friend.
Fremine, are you sure you're not losing control of your fantasies as well?
No, I don't think so. I can still differentiate between fantasy and reality. I just believe that the fairy tale world of my dreams must also exist somewhere. It might just be hidden, which is why it's difficult to see. Or it will only reveal itself at very specific times.
Specific times? Like when you put on your diving helmet?
Yeah. That's the general idea of it.
Really? Paimon just said that because you put on your helmet.
Have you ever observed the surface world from underwater? It's as if you're viewing a whole different world from the outside. It's a very surreal feeling. Both alienating, but also as if you're being protected by something. I have a similar feeling when I put on my diving helmet. In those moments, it's possible to see some truly wondrous things, as if a fairy tale has become reality. It's almost like a sort of miracle.
Really? Like a miracle?
Now I want to try on your helmet too.
Well, if that's in order.
Yep, that's an order.
Hey, now's not the time! Fremini still has Thelxie's weapon to make. We don't want to bother him now.
But I want to try it on.
Right. I still have to collect some tools I'll need to craft the weapon. I've got to finish everything before tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me, Paimon. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for you to try my helmet. Thanks for all of your help. I'll be off for now. Let's meet up here again in 2 days.
Part 1 complete. More Morse code. And other languages that cannot be read. More motherboard troubleshooting. Record of the search for glory. And something that is not yet unlocked. I like this music box. Basic circuit structure. The key to debugging the motherboard is being familiar with the circuit structure. Connect the source of the signal to the receiving end to ensure the signal is transmitted smoothly. It's just right here, isn't it? Broken circuits. When the signal passes through the individual switch, the broken circuits of the corresponding color of the motherboard will be connected. You will have broken circuits of at most 2 different colors in one test. Debugging process features broken circuits. Broken circuits will immediately connect when the signal passes through an inductive switch of the corresponding color. Get it. Yes, relays. Next. There can be up to 2 different circuits involved in one debugging process. Circuit starting point and end point will have the same color. Does this work? I guess it does. After the debugging process has gone on for a while, you can use the debug manual to obtain clues about how to set the circuit up. So if I take too long, you'll give me a chance to get a solution, is what you are saying. see why you might. Because I can't do that. Because I can't change it afterwards. Hmm. Oh wait, 2 needs to go over there. Okay, okay. So that becomes a lot easier then. Never mind. I didn't see which goal referred to which starting point. When a signal passes through an inductive switch of a specific color, the branching path connecting direction will change. You can repeatedly activate such inductive switches this way. Ah, wrong. I'm mostly trusting it that it's correct. It was not correct. So this was correct-ish. Tell me again. No, you are at the wrong place if I do this. Timing matters. So you need to take longer, is what you are saying. Do both need to take longer? Yes. Could I have done this in a shorter way? Probably. Surely it's not just that. It's never just that. I did it! So you hit that. What does that do when you do that? It stops you, does it? No. Greetings, we have met. Greetings, we've met again. We have met with success. Nothing is correct. So, you walk here, activate that, and you go the right way. So you need to be slower. Exactly as slow as I said. Isn't that the same one? Did I just repeat myself? Was that the last one, or did something change? No, okay. This was the last one. Oh yeah, it just says try again now. We have done all of them. But we did one twice because it's so fun to debug. Thelxie badge. A golden penguin badge that shines with metallic glow. Seems to give the bearer a staunch resolve to move forward. A precious reward that can be unlocked in the Thelxie Fantastic Adventures event. There was a lot of these, so I thought we weren't done yet. But no, they were quite quick. Also, we got a free Fermine after we are done with this. Which is good, because I don't have him yet. Wait until 2 days later. Meow. Oh, I did not see your comment that I have to make the green penguin's path longer. But I did make the green penguin's path longer.
Is your child feeling any better?
How would he? We haven't done anything yet.
Thank you for your concern, Fremine. His condition is fairly stable. The family doctor said we might be able to take him out for a stroll today.
Zuria, Fremine, we're here!
Seems like everyone's arrived now.
Not quite. Aren't we missing someone? But Paimon has a guess where he might be. Hey, Thelxie!
Oh no, he has a weapon now. And a shield. That's your... Is it your usual greeting? I guess not.
Oh, Thelxie's got himself a sword and a shield now. He's looking sharp.
Indeed. With his weapons in hand, Thelxie looks more formidable than ever. You've really outdone yourself, Fremine.
We helped too.
Yeah, we did all the motherboards.
Yes, you really had a good eye for materials. everything you found was high quality.
Alright, we did that too.
Speaking of which, Zuria just told me that she wants to end the adventure with the coronation ceremony. So, could I also trouble you with finding some materials for the crown?
Sure.
You can just keep an eye out for them on our way to the ruins. I was planning to collect the materials myself, but then I realized you might be able to find some prettier ones than what I could get my hands on.
Consider it done.
Seems like everything's ready to go. Shall we head out?
Please wait a moment. I was just thinking. Since Thelxie has already shown us his brand new appearance, we may already be able to draw a new page in the picture book. What do you think?
Ooh, Paimon's excited now.
What should we draw on the page?
Why don't we use the story we know as a reference? Just make the atmosphere a bit less grim.
So we'll take out the sad parts and replace them with happier stuff? Sounds great to Paimon.
All right, I'll give it a try. I'm not very adept at drawing, but I've seen a lot of art during my work. Now, as far as the actual content of the drawing, please tell me what you'd like to see.
Let me think. We can draw the weapon. The prince has picked up the Sword of Courage and the Shield of Perseverance, which proves he has crossed the mire of doubt, and now is ready to wage war against the darkness.
Okay, I'll add the weapons. Anything else?
Paimon wants to give him some friends. Thelxie's got some friends by his side now, so he's no longer fighting alone.
Okay, I'll also draw some companions. Anything else?
Could have had some cute animal friends, but no, it's us. Don't forget to add some color.
Color. Ah, color, yes, that's really important. The road in front of him now will no longer be just grayscale, but bursting with color and hope. Who would have thought the page could have become so inspiring? How wonderful! Splendid ideas, everyone.
But we don't get any color.
Great! Everyone looks super pumped up. Thelxie most of all.
Are you seeing this, my son? Are you feeling inspired by this as well?
No, because you have the book with you and he is not here. Okay, let's try this again then. Cause we can. Unless you wanna try. So that I don't have to. Line dot line. Dot dot line dot. Dot dot line. Line dot 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 dot. Dot line line line. Line dot. Dot dot line dot. Line dot. Line dot dot dot. This is amazing commentary. Provided by me. Line dot. Line dot dot dot. And line line line, right? Yes. So it's... Now we just need to go back. Line means dash, thanks. So now we need to go one back, right? On each letter is what it said. This is gonna be hard to do in my head. Doing the alphabet backwards. Uh, oh, I'm really bad at backwards alphabet. Uh, I will not be doing more of these. In fact, I'm just gonna let you do it. It's in French as well, I guess. Oh, good. Je t'aime is love, right? Je t'aime, aman. So it's in French, it's in Morse, it's one letter off, and it's in French. Easy love.
I'm sure he is, Zarya. And this is still just the first page.
That's right! Paimon can't wait to see the picture book when it's all finished. We should finish it as soon as possible and keep up the belief and hope in our hearts.
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to look forward to it as well. So let's get the show on the road and head towards the Kingdom of Water Imps.
Oh. Maman is easy. You mean it's easy to translate, so it probably just means mom or something. Ma'am. Oh. Something like that, right? Sorry. Je t'aime, ma'am. I love you, mother. Yes, okay.
Yay! Thelxie's fantastic adventures begin now!
Princess Country. Let's forget about translating for a moment. Meanwhile, all the rewards we could ever ask for.
Look! Those are materials that we can use for the crown, right? Let's get some for Fremine.
I feel kinda dumb for thinking Maman could mean easy, because you said Maman is easy. Those are pearls that were his eyes, nothing of his bones that do fade. Stuff.
These should be enough. I knew you'd have a knack for finding the best materials. We shouldn't need anything else to head to the Kingdom of Water Imps.
Where are we?
Whoa! Is that the entrance to the underwater ruins ahead?
Well, guess we're going off the map. Assaulting the Water Imp Kingdom. It's not easy to think while thinking. You are correct. I shouldn't feel too bad. Oh, that's a cool image. The beautiful Kingdom of Water Imps is at hand. Warriors, together with Prince Thelxie, reclaim it from the monsters occupying it. Oh, this is our fighting minigame, I guess, for this event. Princess Brave Blade unleashes a shockwave at Thelxie's position, dealing physical damage to nearby enemies. What's the team I just had? Klee. Oh. Yes, Klee, but not in the first position. Think.
So these are the underwater ruins that Fremine found. They're pretty amazing, but still not exactly the kind that Paimon was imagining.
This is the Kingdom of Water Imps, Paimon, not ruins.
Oh, yeah, Paimon knows. It's just... Paimon thought we'd actually see a fairy tale world. Like with the water imps' colorful houses and the rainbow bridge.
I'm sorry. I was hoping to put up some decorations, but ran out of time to do it by myself.
It's okay. It's fantasy time now.
Whoa, someone's already switched into fantasy mode.
Use your power of imagination, Paimon.
Seems like the travelers already got the gist of things. You should do your best too, Paimon.
Don't underestimate Paimon. Paimon can flip the switch too. Now entering Paimon Fantasy Mode! Ahem. Young adventurers, 'tis Paimon, guardian goddess of this land. State your goals and intentions for visiting this nation.
Well, you certainly got into character.
We are the companions of Prince Thelxie, your Divine Highness. We have come to help him reclaim the glory that he has lost.
Oh, reclaiming your glory? Thy goddess here has golden glory, silver glory, and bronze glory. Which is it that the prince has lost?
Oh no. He has become official.
Huh?
Did you break character, Paimon?
Not at all! This is the goddess's test! Ahem. From your responses, the goddess has concluded that you're all brave adventurers without the taint of greed in your hearts. As such, you are worthy of everyone's respect. So please accept the goddess's reward. The goddess will now bestow all 3 types of glory upon you. And as for this prince, the goddess will also bestow upon you the rainbow glory, so your future will always be filled with light.
Just gonna leave this on screen. Long enough that you can copy it over if you want.
My gratitude to your Divine Highness for such generous blessings. Power is now surging through every part of my body.
Me too. Is this the divine inspiration of legend?
All thanks to the power of Goddess Paimon.
Ahem. Now, adventurers, forge bravely ahead and defeat the monsters that have taken over the kingdom. You will be sure to find that which you seek.
You can pause, yes, but if it's as fast as it was during that one video cutscene, it's probably hard to pause. Use Prince Thelxie's Water Imp's Chanson to defeat opponents more easily. After using this skill, Thelxie must charge up before being able to use it again.
Please be careful, brave adventurers. Just ahead are some evil enemies that have invaded the kingdom of water imps. They're called... Hilly Churls of the Deep.
Frost is coming!
Those accursed enemies are back again. Your Highness, please show them what you're made of.
Remember, health comes first.
Boing, boing, boom! Strike a pose! Jumpy Dumpty Pose!
We're under attack again. It's a Lawitcher of the deep.
There's no need to fear, my friends. His Highness is so strong now that even a Diviniture of the deep would pose no threat to him.
Taking a turn for the better. Mind the side effects.
Boing, boing, boing! Blow them all up! Whew, it's finally over. So have we defeated the evil monsters and reclaimed the Kingdom of Water Imps?
Yes, it should now be time for us to attend Thelxie's coronation ceremony. The only thing is, I didn't expect this to go so smoothly. I thought it would have taken longer for us to reach the heart of the ruins.
What our friend Thelxie said was Kava, which means I'm fine. I'm glad he's fine.
It was my mistake. I should have told Fremine earlier that we would also need a crown.
It's all because the Traveler and Goddess Paimon were too strong! We just eradicated all the monsters in one go!
It's okay, Zuria. We can come back again once I've made the crown.
Then I must thank all of you again for taking the time, and you too, Thelxie, my child.
Or Saba, because it's a different C than just a regular one. And here be more text! I'm already sorry for making you do this. Unless this is the same as earlier. This is the same as earlier. It's I love you, mother, again.
Thelxie's turning out to be a real expert at fighting!
I don't think there's anything that will be able to stop him. He's like a true prince now.
Yes, I agree as well.
Let's head back to camp for now. I asked the Traveler to search for some materials on the way because I want to make the crown as soon as possible.
We can add an update to Thelxie's fantastic adventures as well! Now that we've reclaimed the Kingdom of Water Imps, it's time for us to draw some new scenes in the picture book! Zuria and Fremine, why don't we draw the new pages first? Paimon really wants to update the picture book.
You just want to see someone draw Goddess Paimon.
Hey, you didn't have to say it out loud!
But it's exactly what you're thinking.
No problem. I'm happy to oblige. Then in that case, the story today should go something like this.
Ah, so you... See, that's the problem if you pause. It's that you didn't immediately hear that I realized it was the same thing again.
After overcoming many obstacles, Prince Thelxie and his brave companions finally arrived at the entrance to the Kingdom of Water Imps. At this time, the little fairy in the group, Paimon, revealed her true goddess form to her companions.
In before artwork of the thing we saw at the beginning of episode 1.
Woohoo! The goddess has arrived! She praised the companions for their purity, and to reward them, she bestowed upon them many blessings, and even prayed that the prince would be able to fulfill his goal.
Bathed under the goddess's glory, the prince and his companions charged into the bastion of evil, chased away the monsters, and rescued the pretty water imps from their imprisonment. The prince finally managed to reclaim his kingdom. But as for the crown...
Oh no! The crown isn't ready yet!
No. The crown was within the prince's reach, but the monsters took it with them as they fled. They haven't given up and are sure to return, but the prince is certain to reclaim the crown the next time they fight. The brilliant rainbow shall descend onto the kingdom once more.
Oh, and Paimon can almost see it all happening now! Whoa! The pages are beautiful! Zuria's really talented at drawing.
Thank you, everyone. We've also completed the second page of the picture book now. Thelxie's journey is one step closer to its end, and the promised coronation. My child, you'll also be able to brighten up when that time comes, right?
I love you, mother.
I'm sure he will, Zuria. Who knows? Perhaps the doctor will already have some good news for you when you get back home today.
I sure hope so, Your Divine Highness. Oh, Fremine, about the time you'll need for the crown.
2 days.
Please don't worry.
Oh.
1 day should be more than enough.
Ah, then I must thank you for your hard work. All right, let's rendezvous here in another 2 days' time for our
Never
final
mind, 2
adventure,
days.
Okay?
Sounds good to me.
And see you in 2 days, my lovely friends.
Where's your singing? It says you're singing.
Alright, it's about time we start heading off too. You've still got some work to do, right, Fremine?
Yeah, I'll need to go to the city shortly to get some parts for the base of the crown. I want to try out a few different designs and choose the one that looks the best.
Femine is working really hard.
Yeah. Paimon knew that you didn't often take commissions from others, but Paimon had no idea you'd be so dedicated once you're on the job.
Well, about that, it might be because...
Because what?
It's because... I hope...
What's the matter? And what's with that look on your face? You're turning red, and it looks like you're about to run away and put your helmet on again.
Am I turning red?
Don't tease Femine, Paimon.
Alright. We won't bother you anymore for today, Fremine. Let's see each other in 2 days' time.
Okay, thank you. See you in 2 days.
See ya. I get a feeling those 2 days will be full of fights.
I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Part 2, quite a bit shorter than part 1. And yes, now we have swirling vortex of pain. I'll just say. Surely that is not pain. But I am not of the French knowledge. Lots of pain incoming. Routine weakling score, rowdy lackey score, big Betty score. Can I just ignore everything? I think I'll just ignore everything, any gimmicks as usual, and see if it works. Because that's the most fun I've had with these battle modes. It was Greek. The meaning of paean is a joyous song or hymn of praise, tribute, thanksgiving or triumph. Start your challenge.
Another job.
Share my knowledge.
Remember, health comes first.
Billowing surge. Allow me.
Care for a dance?
Everyone hold hands. The Temple of Wisdom. Dance with the waves.
Dance with me! Here! Care for a dance?
Taking a turn for the better.
Lots of people talking about dancing.
A brash maneuver. Covenants of the Deep.
Dance with me! Be a good audience.
Share my knowledge. Hey. This dance is for you. Positions.
Care
Seems
for
like an emergency.
Torrent, bring refuge.
dance with me! The show's only just begun. Care for a dance?
Allow me. Dance with the waves. Make yourselves at home.
Remember, health comes first. Mind the sight.
Be a good audience, won't you?
Another job.
Covenants of the Deep.
How many points did I need for the max score? Because I have quite a bunch of points already.
Everyone hold hands.
All eyes on me.
Seems like an emergency. A bigger pill to swallow.
Dance with me!
Probably enough. Yeah, 6,000 was what I needed. Okay. I don't think I need the big score multiplier. Is it gonna be boring if I do the same thing every time? Probably. So let's do something a little different. Who else? I guess a healer is fine. But let's have a triple Archon team. One Archon, not as Archon as the others.
Yoo-hoo! Let my name echo in song. The Temple of Wisdom.
Torn to oblivion! Shine down! Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
Sharing my knowledge. Time to shine. Strike a pose. Torrent, bring refuge. Let's move out.
Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered! Shine down!
Let the world come alive. Committed to memory. Make yourselves at home. Everyone hold hands.
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
Hey,
Yeah, still quite a bit more score than I needed. Well, if you insist.
Rusty, remix enhanced animal module 75.
Let the mighty be humbled.
Wretched vermin!
Allow me.
Be sanctified. Silence.
Swirl, Mark 2.
That's close enough. Cry louder!
Rustin, rebuild. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Unsightly insects!
The tides beckon. Justice is blindsided. Settle.
Finally, some target practice.
Enhanced animal module 70. Allow me.
Bow your head!
Raise a storm!
Silence.
What do you think, York?
Your coming was foretold!
Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Animal test 6308.
Squall and fury!
I don't think this one will work out in terms of time.
Place!
Let the mighty be humbled.
Finally,
Bow
some
your
target
head.
practice.
Yeah. You do not remember. What a spark was not enough.
Right here, right now, right here.
Cry louder! Behold!
Silence.
Try to keep up! Unsightly insects! That's far enough! Upon the gale!
Rustin, rebuild.
Right now, right here.
Settle down.
Following orders. New hunt.
The tides beckon.
Your coming was foretold. Cry louder. Squall and fury.
One of you is standing on top of my penguin.
Outside hold the line. Turn, recruit you. A brash maneuver.
Right now.
Oh,
What a nuisance.
Yeah, okay. This is just not working out. I see.
Right now, emerge.
Behold! Bow your head!
Let the mighty be humbled. Silence!
Where do you think you're going?
Even worse. Okay, let's try it with the cheat team. I even bring what the game wants me to bring.
With all my strength, I see everything.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health.
Covenants of the Deep. Rest and rebuild. Everyone hold hands. This dance is for you. Sharing my knowledge.
Taking a turn for the better.
Billowing surge. Hold the line. Hey, positions.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Your coming was foretold.
Dance with the waves. Everyone hold hands.
Remember, health comes first.
Covenants of the Deep.
Target practice.
Grow, grow, grow. The Temple of Wisdom.
Raise a star.
With all my strength.
Where do you think you're going?
Taking a turn for the better.
Adapt you with sea. Turret, bring refuge.
Yeah, cheat team always works.
Allow me.
Target practice.
All eyes on me. Here. I see everything.
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergency.
Covenants of the Deep.
Raise a star. Where do you think you're going?
You actually want me to bring Farina this time. Well, I wanted to try Farina in the cheat team, so let's see how that works.
With all my strength. Shower me with
Taking a turn for the better.
sharing my knowledge. Everyone hold hands. The Temple of Wisdom. Let the world collide. Positions. Dance with the waves.
Seems like an emergency. A bitter pill to swallow.
I see everything. I'm seeing stars. Make yourselves at home. With all my strength. Let my name echo in song. Yoo-hoo!
Taking a turn for the better. Mind the side effects.
All eyes on me.
Another test subject.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Yep, that worked too.
Time to shine.
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
Make yourselves at home.
Mind the side effects.
Let the world collide. This dance is for you. Here. The Temple of Wisdom.
Seems like an emergency.
Time to shine.
Worked just a little bit. Maybe even better. And for the final one, I guess we'll use her again, considering they want me to use her.
Everyone hold hands. Share my knowledge. Strike a pose. Let my name echo in song.
Taking a turn for the better.
All eyes on me. Committed to memory. Yeah, yeah. The Temple of Wisdom. Hey. Let the world come alive. Yoo-hoo! Positions. This dance is for you.
Remember, health comes first. A bitter pill.
Sharing my knowledge. Everyone hold hands. Time to shine. Yeah, hey. All eyes on me. With all my strength. Make yourselves at home. Let the world come alive.
Taking a turn for the better. Mind the side effect.
I see everything. Sharing my knowledge.
This just turns into effects after effects.
Let my name echo in song.
A bitter pill to swallow. Seems like an emergency.
But yeah, Nilou team is just entirely broken for any kind of challenge in this game.
Dance is for you. Positions. Time to shine. Strike a pose. The Temple of Wisdom.
Genshin After Effects. Too many After Effects. Where there is water, there is a way, yes. Just a little bit of water and a little bit of grass. That's all you need. Hint, exit. Good hint. It's my favorite hint in the game. Oh, that's the main story. Okay. So this is the thing that had to be unlocked still. I see. So we can return to main story now. Game is like, hint. Take the hint. Go away. Oh yeah, gotta wait 2 days. Because clearly all that fighting did not take any time.
Today's the final day of Thelxie's fantastic adventures. Let's go find Fremine at his keep.
Sorry, Paimon, I interrupted you. Because I wanted to double check that I'm going to the right place. Any log number 4 anywhere? No, but I can access log 1 from out here. That's silly.
Hey, Fremine! Thelxie! We're here!
Hello, Paimon. Hello, Traveler.
Well, that's probably one of your standard lines.
Is the crown ready?
Yes, we're just waiting for Zuria now. She hasn't arrived yet.
Then let's wait for her a little while. Or actually, maybe we can go find her. It's not too far from here anyway. Didn't she say she just lives on the hill over there?
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Now it's our fishing lady.
Oh, and speaking of...
Found you two at long last. I'm so glad that you both are all right.
Huh? Why are you here, Miss Delaroche? And what could have happened to us?
What could have happened? That water imp Thelxie, of course. After I gave you that commission the other day, I began to get worried and went asking about the boy that went missing.
Oh, that? We've got it all figured out now. The boy you heard about was just Fremine. Even the missing fish was his fault. Don't worry, we'll help you get the fish back as soon as we're done with this job.
Oh, sorry about that. I've been diving in the area recently.
Huh? Fremine? Diving? No, that's not what happened at all. I've heard a completely different account. What I was told is that about a month ago, a child tied a bunch of heavy seashells onto his body and walked into this open stretch of water. He never came back. What could that be if not that water imp's work?
Are you sure?
Moral of the story, we should have gone back and checked in with her immediately instead of trying to cut corners.
100% sure. I've confirmed the account with several veteran fishermen I know. The child was only 8 years old. His name was Lescaut. Lescaut d'Estray.
Wait, let's go to Stray?
So he's not home, then.
Yeah, that's the name. They say the family took on the name after moving to the city from a place called Stray. Anyway, his mother is a pretty famous art dealer, while his father passed away from an accident many years ago. Oh, well, naturally, his mother was devastated by the incident and fell terribly ill. It's said that she left the court of Fontaine, and no one knows where she's gone.
Yeah, I have no idea where she could be.
It can't be, right? Lescaut d'Estray? Zuria d'Estray? It must be some sort of a coincidence?
Maybe the one living in a fantasy is not the son, but the mother. Or maybe both, considering Fermine earlier said that it can be hereditary. Seems like we need to pay a visit to the d'Estray house.
I'm sorry, miss. We've got to go check on something right now.
Oh, I see. Well, you go on ahead. I just came to make sure that you're both all right. I'll head back then. Please remember to take care.
Thanks for delivering bad news. Goodbye. Miraculous crown. Well, let's climb a mountain. I know there's a teleport point right beside it, but is there? Actually don't know. I might be misremembering which mountain this is. Considering there's a teleport point right by the beach, it might not be. No, there is a teleport point right by it. I did not misremember. Also still things to solve around here. You decided to have a house with a very nice view. I can't see it before the cutscene happens. Oh well, not that nice of a view. Because there's a rock in the way.
Is anyone here? Is this Madame Destray's place?
Who are you? I have a patient here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be unless you have anything urgent to report.
Who is the patient?
This is the residence of Zuria Destri, and I am Jala Khan, her family doctor. What did you mean by your question just now? Who else could be my patient?
Your patient should be Zuria's son, right? She told us herself that her son had contracted loneliness syndrome.
No, you're right. Young Master Lescaut did have that illness once upon a time, but he's... Well, the young master's no longer with us. And now the Madame has come down with the same illness. Are you her friends by any chance?
Reverse hereditary.
Oh, so when she had requested time to go out over the past few days, it was so she could spend them with you.
So, if I'm understanding this right, the one who's suffering from uncontrollable delusions is the Madame herself? She believes her son is still alive?
That is correct. When the young master disappeared, she was organizing an art exhibit that she had specifically prepared for him. But since she had to leave the house, she was unable to see her son one last time. That might have been the trigger for her regret. Or perhaps the family's fall into loneliness and grief was inevitable as soon as the old master passed away. First the son, and then the mother.
But how could that be? She really looked like she had a handle on everything. Her smile was so lovely, and she even told us to stay optimistic. But you're saying she...
Those actions are proof that she can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality.
Penguin will replace the child one day. Yeah, maybe that was what she was thinking.
Then, all the other things that she told us about her son, were those fake too?
No, those were all real. Although, they were all things that happened before the young master left us for good. Madame's time has just never moved forward since his passing.
I see. So after her son left, she created a fantasy world where her son was still with her. She was looking for a way to cure his illness when she ran into us.
So, how is Surya now?
She has been in a good mood the past few days, even humming a song when she returned from her stroll. She even began discussing with me the idea of using deliberate guidance to ease the illness. It was all going well, until last night. She spent a whole night staring at the shell the young master left behind, and the words that he had inscribed onto it. Then she broke down once more. I prescribed some sedatives, and she's currently resting.
But then what should we do? How can we help her? There has to be something we can do.
Don't panic, Paimon. Even though this is a devastating piece of news, we must all calm down first. What should we do? I need to think. I need to remember the old house of the hearth, and the children who lived in it. Those patients, And what their doctors said back then. What if... Dr. Jalacan, have you seen a picture book? The Madame should have brought it back with her.
Are you thinking about trying the guidance therapy she talked to me about before? It's worth a shot. I'll go get the book.
Yes, this is it.
We still need to finish the adventure and the picture book.
That's right. If what Dr. Jalacan said was true, the past few days have been very helpful to Zuria, so we should complete this journey. We need to show her that her child has found a happy ending in the world of her dreams.
But wouldn't that just make it harder for her to accept reality?
One must first face reality before accepting it. The Madame has been crushed by her feelings of grief and can no longer bring herself to face reality. Our first priority would be to get her out of this state.
Right. Before today, I had thought she wanted to use Thelxie's fantastic adventures to save her son. But now, I think she might need it to save herself. And if we could complete it, we should be able to give her some feeling of inspiration and closure. Maybe those feelings would be enough to give her some courage to face reality again.
You'll have to give it a try.
There's no time to waste. Let's set off right away.
But yeah, she has a nice view at this pretty tree. So, we are going quite a ways that way. Charge into the lair of evil, it says. Oh, we are back here again. Assaulting the Water Imp Kingdom once more! Evil never sleeps and has secretly smuggled away the crown that rightfully belongs to Prince Thelxie. Warriors, defeat the abominable thieves and take back Thelxie's crown.
We're here again. This is the final part of Thelxie's journey, but the most important person is missing.
Are you fine? Or is this something else again?
Everyone, please don't be so down and gloomy. Remember what she told us? If we were to feel troubled, the patient would become anxious as well.
You're right. Paimon needs to smile. If we have to give something to Zuria, it should be our smiles. We have to keep smiling as we finish this adventure. And then she'll be able to recover, right everyone?
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Be careful, brave adventurers! Here come the evil monsters that stole the crown! They're... the deep-sea Cyclops! Let's beat them up!
Dead reckoning! Tear! Get in gear!
Watch out, everyone! They're coming at us again!
There's no need to fear! Prince Thelxie looks stronger than ever today! You must be going all out.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Going under! Frost is coming!
Oh, this is the final enemy, right? We'll reclaim the crown for you now, Your Highness!
Are you constantly repeating that you are fine?
Nothing lasts forever.
Or questioning whether or not you are fine?
Emerge, right here.
Taking a turn for the better.
Oh, it said mother. At least. At the first time.
Let the world come on!
I'm sorry. I have to go. I made a promise to my friends, and I'm already very late.
But, Madame, you're still...
Don't try to stop me. Today's the most important day for treating Thelxie. We'll use the guidance method. Didn't you also say that you'd think it'd work?
I'm not trying to stop you, Madame. It's just... Could you tell me the name of your child?
Dr. Jalacan, how can you forget the name of your own patient? His name is Thelxie. He's the prince of the kingdom of water imps. We will go today to reclaim his crown and attend his coronation ceremony.
I see. Madame, please rest assured, everything is still on schedule. Your friends have already departed to find... Wait, look. They've already returned.
Zuria! Zuria! We've retrieved the crown!
Paimon, everyone, have you really?
Yes, but the coronation ceremony still hasn't taken place, because we felt like you should be the one to preside over it.
Wonderful, how wonderful! Thelxie, my child, are you hearing this? Everything you lost will now come back to you, and soon, very soon, you will never be lonely again.
And so Penguin Robot has become child. I love you, mother.
And the last page of the picture book. It's still waiting for you to illustrate in color.
Right, the picture book. But I don't know what I should put on the last page.
Don't worry, Thelxie and his friends all know what should go on it. Get ready, Zuria! We'll describe everything for you.
Okay.
At last, Thelxie and his friends were able to drive off the final invading monsters and achieve a dashing victory. Their success was complete, and the recovered crown resplendent.
The water imps, finally returning to their homes, showered the prince with love and applause as he greeted them. They once again offered their precious shells to the prince and reconstructed the rainbow bridge of old. As he watched the scene unfold, the prince could not help but be touched by its beauty.
Moved by everyone's happiness, the prince stepped onto the rainbow bridge and took a good look at all the friends who had gone on the journey with him. There stood the traveler, Goddess Paimon, Fremine, and... Huh? Where's the last person? The prince looked frantically around, but could not find the person he wanted to see most. At that moment, the person suddenly appeared on the other side of the bridge. She walked towards him with a smile and slowly lifted her veil.
The prince could not hold back his tears. He recognized then that the mysterious person that had been by his side the whole time was none other than his mother. Zuria walked across the bridge and placed the crown above the prince's head. She smiled down upon him as she said, "My prince, my king, you shall never, ever need to feel lonely again."
That's the end of the story, Zuria.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am so sorry, my child. Maman should have spent more time with you. Did you hear the story? You'll never have to feel lonely again. Maman loves you too.
See, you understand.
What's happening? Is Zuria talking to Thelxie?
What is Thelxie saying?
Quick, put on my diving helmet. There's a transcription module in it that's compatible with Thelxie's output signals. You should be able to use it to understand what Thelxie's saying.
Hermione walks up to you and pulls out his diving helmet before placing it on your head. Oh my, we took away that reveal so early on. So that's what Thelxie is saying.
Maman loves you too.
But I love you more, Maman.
Wait, what is this?
What? Did you see something?
I think I cannot differentiate between fantasy and reality anymore.
Maman, I'm getting a little sleepy. If it's time for bed, can you hum a lullaby to me again?
Of course, my dearest child. As long as you want to hear it, Mama will always hum for you.
Thank you, Maman. Your lullaby has always been my favorite. Now that I've heard it, I can return to my dream and to the kingdom of water imps in peace.
My poor darling. Please don't forget. I will always love you. My love is greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps.
I won't forget, Maman. And so is my love for you. Greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps. Good night, Maman.
Rest in pieces. 3 days later, at Vermine's camp.
Traveler, Paimon, you're here.
Fremine, why did you call us in such a hurry? Did you hear something from Zuria? Oh, if it's not good news, Paimon doesn't want to hear it.
Don't worry, it's definitely great news. The Madame came here for a visit just now with her doctor. Color has returned to her cheeks, and she sounded full of energy as well. She said she'd like to return to the court to continue hosting the art exhibit. But this time, she'll work with her doctor to exhibit some picture books related to the illness. Of course, Thelxie's fantastic adventures and the guidance therapy will be included in the exhibit as well. She'd like to use her experience to help others.
That's wonderful! So it wasn't bad news after all.
Mm-hmm. Here, please take this picture book with you. The Madame wanted you to have it. If, at some point in the future, you were to run into someone with similar troubles, she hopes the book would be of use to you.
But this is her son's story, right? Is it really okay to give the book to us?
Don't worry, it's just a copy. She still has the original. It's extremely important to her.
Alright, then there's no problem. It feels good knowing we've contributed to something important. Paimon definitely didn't expect the fantasy adventure to be so useful. Paimon was a little worried about how everything would turn out. After all, fantasy is just fantasy.
Paimon, do you know what the Madame said? She said that at the moment when she placed the crown on Thelxie's head, she felt like she really saw something beautiful. Her child had returned, and he told her that he loved her. She also said that was when she was finally able to bid farewell to her son. She felt like at that moment, she was healed by some mystical power, and she was filled with courage from head to toe.
Oh, really? But could that just be another part of her fantasy?
Perhaps. But if fantasy is just fantasy, and the fantasy world is not real, then how could it still grant us these powers that we can continue to use in the real world?
So, perhaps fantasy is not just fantasy after all.
But what else could it be?
Reality!
A descent of the fairy tale world into the real world. At that time, the wondrous fairy tale temporarily became reality and influenced real things in our world. That has to be what happened. You saw it too, didn't you?
But that can't be what happened, right? There's just no way. Wouldn't it be like a miracle if that really happened?
Yes, I suppose that would be a miracle. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
It's a pretty short picture book, but it's nicely colored and painted. Also, you say the game never told us to solve it. We tricked ourselves into trying to solve the puzzle of the text. But if it didn't want us to solve it, it wouldn't have given us the way to do it. But also, it didn't translate all the things that our little penguin friend said. So I think we did nothing wrong in trying to understand our penguin friend before the game revealed itself to us. But yes. That was a very nice story. And yes, Termine. And I'm missing 8 Thelxie badges somewhere. Where? And how? I got all the everything fully completed, right? second one. Right, this is a different thing. I thought this was the main story, but you are right. The main story is actually this thing. So what are these? Record of the search. The Echoing Conscious discovered the trail of iridescent glory near Mortar region. The abilities of the xenochromatic ball octopus may be of some use here. You are gonna make me go into the new area. Let's start here. And get that statue of the Seven. Hey, diddle diddle. The cat and the fiddle. The fish jumped over the moon. Meow meow. There's a quest somewhere close by. Not something we are gonna do right now, but there's a quest somewhere close by. My friends are fighting. Grab on grab violence. There's certainly some interesting things to see here. For example, whatever that is. And also some ruins. It's a big tower, right? Yes, that is what we can see on the map. Tower in the fog. Interesting. But that is not what we are here for today.
Shower me with praise!
A bird and a reference to a visual novel? Did I miss something? When the Echoing Conch plays, it will display possible iridescent glory locations on your minimap. And in your field of view, collect the designated number of said glories to complete the challenge. More like I've not discovered it yet. Some materials require xenochromatic Fontima aberrant abilities to collect. Like this one. That's all the iridescent glories here. Also, I wonder what you are talking about. Also, I'm getting that teleport point because it's very close by. Unless it's hidden somewhere. No, it's just right here. At some ruins. Anyways, where's there more of these? One is over here. This is number 3. Where's number 2? Here. You did not give me the ability I wanted. Mr. Crab, I just wanna ignore you. Oh, you got killed by the first attack. Well, these are not that difficult, I say before doing the hardest one. You're gonna want me to have this ability. Oh, now you want me to have this ability. Now you are in the way. No, these were not difficult. Now we have the Water Imp Prince. A prince who lives in the azure depths, from who steps forth to lend aid to those in trouble. And he has some words for us that we are definitely supposed to translate. A word from our sponsors, yes. Surfshark VPN. It's the safest thing around. While you try translating that, I'm gonna go around and collect some teleport points. Couldn't have just put the teleport point on the island, no. Had to put it on its own little island. Is there gonna be one up there? From the way it looked on the map.
Woo! La la la! Da da da! La la la! Da da da! La la la!
Well, don't fall off, Farina. It is up. Even higher than I am. Even an oculi as well. And potentially even some puzzles. Oculi is all the way over there.
Yep.
This is not precarious at all. I gotta say, I really like the way Fontaine looks. The mountains here are very pretty. But also this thing looks just ominous. With the fog especially. Like something you can only see at the distance, but never approach. These are underground. Don't want to deal with those. That one maybe. Also some quests, or not quite quests, but treasures around. Glad you decided not to attack me, because I decided not to attack you. I mean, I found where the underground teleport point is, so I might as well.
Strike a pose!
That was a mistake. Someone was just here. Paimon can't believe we've run into someone with better archaeological exploration chops than us. Is that pocket watch on the ground? If this is anything like our usual adventures, we should take a look at this stone tablet. Lo, this place is the Orphan of Souls, the Shrine of Souls, the Room of Souls. I accompany you in eternal rest, born in an instant, often contradicting, always united. I am life's most cherished treasure. Elementary, my dear friend. It's a riddle. A valuable pocket watch. And one of life's treasures. Oh, Paimon knows. It's gotta be Mora. I'm not sure about that. You're right. The answer to a riddle wouldn't be so tacky. Then it must be... what's the word? Right. Wealth. Wonderful. That's one answer we can count on. Come on. Why can't you just trust Paimon? Well, if you're so smart, what do you think it is? It's not important. Let's go in deeper and take a look around. Hey, just admit that you don't know either. Don't run off just because you're embarrassed. Wait up! Found the pocket watch. Of blood. Sol Rever Miracle. Only Rever Miracle. Wrong. Is likely the first line. Oh, here's the pocket watch also. Oh, it was in furniture. Right. Almost, definitely. No, you did you translate the whole thing? Yes, you did. Only Rever Miracle. Interesting. Not the most sense-making one. We are not gonna follow up on this quest, by the way. Not now, at least. That's why I'm always worried about exploring off screen, because it's so easy to just run into a quest. Here's Parker's hopes. A clear bottle with a note that contains records of someone named Parker and a strange drawing on the back. Parker and her husband swore to travel around Fontaine and spent their entire lives on the road. They had a daughter, Penny, a lovely girl who loved swimming and fish. They left her with their best friend, Rogue, to spare her the disruption and ruthlessness. Despite the lack of a fixed abode, Parker's life is full of joy and surprises, and she hopes her child will share that same happiness. Parker also wishes to read off this letter that happiness. Why not go and find the surprise she has hidden for you? Hint: the surprise is in the belly of the fish. The key to finding the surprise is in the eye of the fish. Circle marks the spot. That's... I thought it was over here somewhere. Am I misreading the map? I have too many key items, but I cannot get rid of them. There's this. Oh, no, this is the house with the nice view, right? So this is up here. Yes. I'm doing this immediately because I am almost certain I would forget that that key item exists. There's also a quest over there. There's also a lake to clean up here. There's so much to do when a new area unlocks. Also, we're about to end. Just so you know, I'm not gonna let myself get distracted in something huge. If something turns out to be huge, I'm just gonna stop. Well, there's an Oculus. Surely that's not the eye you are talking about. Aha! It is the eye. Oh, and that's a fish. I see. That's a fish fin, and that's the eye of the fish. Thanks, camera, for pointing in the correct direction. I like treasure hunting.
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
So, that thing popped up again. Did it update? No. Don't know why it popped up again. An old pocket watch. It has ceased to tick and talk, and its cover cannot be opened. How fishy. How very fishy indeed. Any teleport points close by anymore? Can go from here to here, I guess. That's a interesting spawn point on that pillar. There's some new mechanics going on there. Operable mechanism, vertical lifting columns and Eliphas beams. Sometimes there will be a beam receptor mirror and an associated beam projector mirror on a lifting column. When a beam shines on the receptor mirror, it will be emitted from the convex projection mirror. Sometimes lifting columns will have spherical beam relays. When they receive a beam, they will transfer it to the associated beam generator, which will project the beam outward. Receiver nodes can control the direction of the beam generator. Eliphas beam. This device was the result of early forays into optical science by the Institute of Natural Philosophy, while they were still a budding academic organization. Its basic components include beam generators and beam receivers. The beam generators must sometimes be installed on a beam receiver base similar to a regular valve. It can be controlled and rotated through the use of energy from a xenochromatic ball octopus. There's also an enemy in the way. The enemy is no longer in the way. Now things have gone crazy. Lifting column. A movable column that can be raised and lowered through the crystal receiver node on the base. Though it is not the original design or intended use, the energy of the xenochromatic ball octopus can control the receiver nodes, allowing it to raise and lower depending on its base. Normally when the base has one receiver node and the column is raised, it will slowly fall again over time. But With two receiver nodes, raising and lowering the column can be controlled separately. Sometimes the lifting columns can extend to the other side of the ground or the wall. I would appreciate it if my fish friends would stop. So I can do this. Okay. Okay. Something is happening. Things have happened.
More treasure!
Always new ways to puzzle in this game. Always new ways to be puzzling. Bird.
La la la. Da da da.
Here's our teleport point, just in the middle of the field. The game surpassed itself in being cryptic today. Yes, it does that sometimes. Is this something new? Not necessarily.
Strike a pose. The doctor will see you now.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you want to attack me? I'm just trying to understand what is going on. I guess it is missing pieces or something. Like these pieces. It missed those pieces. Ah, and now we can turn it. Okay. Too far. Too far. No, correct. Oh, these are in the way. But I shouldn't be hitting them.
Boing, boing, boing.
No. I guess this works just fine. I don't need to move anything there. Created wind.
Yay, shiny.
What are we winding for though? Any specific reason or just... Oh. Cause oculi. Because oculi. That is the answer to many whys in this game, to be honest. But on that note, while we are in this very normal position, That's enough for today. There's a weird tree there. There's a very big tower there. There's ruins and chests and all kinds of things. And there is a very good view of the very distance. That's also something I pointed out in the video that will still be uploaded. But I think I can also point it out now. That's the Jade Pavilion. That's Big Ice Mountain. So that's Mondstadt somewhere. That's Liyue. That's Sumeru. I'm assuming we cannot see Inazuma from here, unless it's all the way back there somewhere. But that would... well, we can check with the direction of our mouse. That would work. No, that would not work. You're assuming Teyvat is flat. It might be flat. Might also be mirrored in the sky or something, we learned, right? Also, all of Fontaine is surrounded by these Niagara Falls-esque waterfalls, and there is harbors with those elevators in multiple spots around it, probably also on the top and on the left. And we might be getting a connection back to Mondstadt. Because this is not that far. And there's water here. Tay flat, yes. But yeah, I think this is a really nice view to end on. So see you next time. I don't know what next time will be. But that's always a nice mystery, right? Until then, bye. Don't fall off the flat Teyvat.